name is Heroine Bob and welcome to Bob Buys, or if you are new here, hello. I'm a part-time reseller in the state of Virginia, and what that means is that I go to places like charity shops, thrift stores, retail locations, and I buy stuff for hopefully really cheap to flip on sites like Amazon, Etsy, and eBay, and Poshmark. Now, I am doing currently a listing challenge because I am trying to get through my death pile. If you do not know what a death pile is, that is a bunch of inventory that I have purchased that I have not listed. And unfortunately, those of us in the reselling world, the buying part is normally the more fun than the actually putting it up for sale part. And as such, the pile accumulates. So I have decided that what I'm doing is I'm breaking it down into batch work. So that means that I'm picking 10 things from my pile and I am listing it here. So in addition to actually listing it, I am talking about it because some of these are items that I have not shown in a video because I don't film every time I thrift. And also because some of it I picked up so long ago, a lot of you have never seen it. So I'm just going to go over my thought process, why I picked it, a little bit of, about how much I paid for it if I remember, and also what I can expect to get for it. And then I do a little montage, and then I show you that I listed a bunch of stuff. Now, the last time I did show a little bit of my listing process, and I did have some feedback that I didn't show how actually much I decided to sell it for. And I would like to state that my eBay store is listed down below in the description. So if you ever want to check what I have going on in my store, it's there. I also would like to say, I don't know if some of y'all watching these videos are trying to give me positive reinforcement, but so many of you have purchased items from my store that I have shown in these videos. I just want to say thank you. I so much appreciate it. I cannot express to you how much that means to me that you guys are trying to support me on my channel here, especially considering how small it is, by purchasing through my eBay store, especially since I talk about how much I paid for it. But I really, really appreciate it. So we're going to talk about the 10 items I have before me, and let's get into it now. So I'm actually going to start off with this guy. This is an owl. This is a ceramic bookend. It has a nice rubber mat here on the bottom for non-slip issues. I bought this for $5 at my favorite hole in the wall, Nudie U in Williamsburg. And I never listed it. It is so cute. It is very dusty because I've had it for about a year now. And it's a really nice bookend. It is 100% ceramic and it doesn't have any issues. So I'll hopefully get $10 to $15 for one. So very cute, very vintage, and people who like owls tend to really like owls. The next item is an ashtray. Now I know smoking has become increasingly passé, but as the color of this dish indicates, the green has not. And so ashtrays are still a very popular item for reselling. This is a very much mid-century modern ashtray. It is green, it is plastic, it is an Anhalt ashtray. It is just gorgeous. Pretty much anything that is green, that interesting looking, I will pick it up. I paid like $1.50 for this, and I can sell it for $10 to $15, especially since it is like the mid-century modern aesthetic and it is a bright, vibrant color. Talked about restaurant wear. I'm actually changing it up from the plates. A Mayer China from Beaver Falls, Ohio. Creamer. These are just the cutest things. Moxie is very unhappy with me because I've given her a bath. If she does decide to join us, she may look a little different just because she is very upset from her bath and it's still wet. But I thought this was very cute. And there are people who collect restaurant wear that literally only collect the creamers. I have seen some very impressive collections, and this was just a really nice piece. I paid 99 cents for it when I did my giant DAV restaurant wear haul. This next item is Stein from West Germany. If you do not know, West Germany ended in 1989 when the Berlin Wall fell. And so I know for a fact that this is vintage because it has West Germany on the bottom. Now, there are people that specifically and only collect items from West Germany, which is part of why I picked this up. Also, this doesn't look like it was ever used. I'm not going to sell it as new old stock, but the graphic on it is so vibrant. This was obviously just a display piece. It is very beautiful. I will put some close-ups over here of the imagery. It is just, you know, like a nice 16th, 15th, 16th century scene, village scene. It's very nice. The next item I'm going to pick is a Starbucks mug. This is a regular 12-ounce Starbucks mug. It is a holiday Starbucks mug. These don't net for very much. I just pick them up whenever I see them because I only pay about 50 cents for them, and that is what I paid for this one. This one is a normal 12-ounce mug, and it has some ornaments on it. I definitely should have listed it before Christmas, but that's okay. I'll list it up and it can just sit there for another year. But it'll be listed and sitting for another year. So I can get about between $5 and $10 for this. For the Bavarian mug, by the way, about 10 to 15. That's normally what I do for my mugs, especially when they have some historical significance. The next item I'm going to pick up is these Anchor Hawking yellow amber glass candlestick holders. They are beautiful. They do have just a little bit of wax residue still inside of them, but they're very pretty. They're a very nice thing to decorate for spring. I think these are supposed to be opened tulips, and I'll sell them for about $10 to $15 online, especially because I have a pick. I do not remember what I paid for them. I think I paid around $2 to $3 for them, and I can sell them for about 10 to 15. This next item is an otagiri mug. I talk about otagiri a lot on my channel. I love otagiri. And this is a house mug. I see a lot of beach scenes like seashells and lighthouses and seagulls. This is like a nice set of Victorian row houses, which I find interesting. I don't think I've ever seen this before. This would be vintage from like the late 70s, early 80s. And 10 to 15 for this mug. And this looks like restaurant wear, but it is not. Well, it kind of is. This is hotel wear. This is by Noritake, and this is from Hotel Kauai Inn. I think it's in a Hawaiian hotel. I'm not 100% sure. I'll put some more information over here when I do my research on it. It's just an ashtray, actually. It looks a little weird, but this is an ashtray, and I bought it for about $2, I think, at the Dab. And it was just interesting. I had never seen an ashtray. I pick up ashtrays a lot, just like I pick up mugs for resale, and I just had never seen a piece. And the fact that Noritake makes ashtrays, I shouldn't be surprised for how prevalent smoking is in Japan, but it was still a little bit of a shock to me. But I just thought it was pretty and neat, and people do collect hotel wear as well as restaurant wear. We have another single bookend. This is a vintage piece. I've had him for a while. Again, this is one of the first purchases I made when I started reselling 2 years ago, and I have not listed him. This is a ceramic duck on a wooden bookend. It does have some damage here on the wood. There's a little chunk missing, and there's some missing paint. Or I should say there is some wear here in the paint on the duck. But I bought him because these bookends seem so sad, and I love books so much. But I list them for about $7 or $8 on eBay and see what happens. It's just a cute little guy, and who knows, maybe it'll decorate somebody's man cave or lady cave. There are plenty of people who like birds. And this next piece is probably an indigenous people's tourist piece. It is, I think people call this a wedding vase, where it has 2 openings here on the top and the bottom. If I am in any way being disrespectful to indigenous peoples, please let me know. If you were wondering, my voice is sounding a little bit higher and breathy. I have run out of spoons for today, but I am trying to upload daily, so please forgive the change in my voice. I bought this because it's just beautiful. It is a beautiful piece. It is a beautiful vase. It doesn't look like it was ever used. It looks like it was displayed because there is some wear on the ceramic glazing on the bottom. But for a white piece, it is gorgeous and it is completely unbroken. I just think it's a beautiful piece. And again, I do try to save as much from being smashed and trashed in my area as possible, because ceramics and glass at the thrift stores in my area tend to be destroyed and thrown away if they don't sell within a month. And I know this for a fact because I have been at Goodwills and at CHQDs when it is destruction day, and it is a cacophony of sound from the back room, and it makes me very sad. But let's go ahead and get listing and get these things up, hopefully towards a new home. There's my wet kitty cat, by the way. Very, very unhappy kitty cat. Okay, so this is where I started, and this is where I ended. Thank you guys so very much for being here today. I do super appreciate it. I appreciate all of you that have been watching this series of me trying to get rid of my death pile. I appreciate you all being here every day, and I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Bye! Oh, I almost forgot. I can thrift now. I have listed 50 items. Bye! Hero. Bye. Hero, hero. I wanna be a hero, hero.